Hi guys, and welcome to another battle report. So this is the final actually in our club tournament. After two big wins and a small loss, I'm in the final, and I'm facing off the Vampire Covenant. And for deployment, we play defender and attacker. He is attacker, so he deploy back in the middle and forward on the edges. Counterwise for me though, forward in the middle and back at the edges. And to walk through his list, objective is breakthrough, by the way. We have 8 wolves, then got 2 big bats, and you got a unit of ghost, a big unit of skeletons with hand weapon shield full command, and 2 bat swarms. And then he got a big unit of Barragod with a Wamp in it. That unit is hard as a nail, so I have no hope of killing that. He had in the back a zombie bunker with his caster. In front a big unit of zombies. And in the corner a unit of ghosts stopping my ambushing units. And he got 2 screaming flying zombie dragon, and that's basically his list. I get first turn, have no picture of my deployment. I will have to correct myself about the secondary objective. The secondary objective was basically the one who had most beer is the one who wins secondary objective, and since we both drank pretty much beer, we both forgot, or in my part I forgot to take some picture somewhere, but it's just showing me getting off a Teutonic summoning behind this line. You're using the breath weapon on the ghost, manages to kill 2 of them, and yeah, that was basically my turn. I stayed back. I didn't get Torm of Insect unfortunately, so I'm terrified for his screaming flying dragons, and I have a lot of monsters, so yeah, you will understand why I'm afraid of his screaming monster when you see my list. A very blurry picture, and it's also sideways. No, it's not. I don't know why, but anyway, it's laid like this. What he will do, he will fly up with his guest, scream at my chariot, out of the arc of the Crusher Knights, and get rid of the chariot. Well, the picture turning right again. He pushes up with his Barragods pretty aggressively. Otherwise his ghosts just fly back and forward again to kill off the Teutonic summon. And that's basically his turn. His zombie units are getting bigger and bigger, by the way. I don't know if I could ever handle that unit. Here is a better picture of his advancement on this flank. It's a beautiful model, and he have talked a lot about how he will make it glow by some electric high-tech stuff, so it will glow in the mouth and in the eyes when he's done with it. So hopefully when that model is finished, it will look really cool on the battlefield. But it also shows here that he's pushing pretty aggressively on this flank, but his big flying dragons is out of the arc of anything that I actually have, unfortunately. Picture of him screaming off my chariot and just being precisely out of the arc of the Crusher Knights. So for my turn, my thinking here is I get off a Teutonic summon who I place over there. I have my Fallen Beast behind my Barbarian unit, so he cannot place his ghost there. They come off on the board, ready to throw exit as he's screaming on the dude on the hill, and I'm charging his dragon, the screaming guy, with my dogs, because I got poison. Hopefully I can roll a couple of 6s, and then I will reduce the dragon's combat power, not combat power but screaming power, a lot, and it will be much easier to handle that thing. Here's a cool picture of the whole battlefield, and you can actually see my whole army now. Well, most of this thing doesn't really matter too much in the game. You should know the Mauler Chariot, the Crushing Knights, the Blood Beast, and the Giant will push forward. The cannon back there will shoot. He was actually always out of, but not now, but before, out of sight of the screaming zombie dragons. But now he is not, so hopefully I can take care of the dragon on the hill. And the Chimera flew up just to threatening some stuff on this flank, as well as the Mauler Chariot. So yeah, this is basically my whole army. And well, I did get Savage Fury up on my Hound, so take 4 extra attack. They actually managed to kill off the Screaming Zombie Dragon. I think I did like 3-4 wounds on it, and one by combat rest, and it crumbled. So that was just brutal. He had like 3 attacks and misses, and Stomp to kill 2 of my dogs. So that was hilariously and very good for me. Very much appreciated to get rid of one of those screaming. You can see the one on the hill is actually survived, but he suffered 3 to 4 wounds, so that's nice, even though he will heal him next round. Well, he fly away with it, and basically I have my whole flank here staying back. And for him as well, he isn't pushing forward too much aggressively yet, unfortunately. This is usually how our games go. We both stay and look at each other until we decided to go forward in turn 5 or 6 and kill like a couple of units of each other. Well, my turn. What's happened? I send in the Teutonic Summon into his zombie unit. Hopefully he has to hold that one up for a bit. Pushes forward with my Barbarian to throw Axis at his flying zombie dragon. And yeah, that's basically it. And then we got Giflar. Always nice to have some good things to eat when you're drinking. Well, yeah, for his turn, he charged my Barbarian units in the flank, break them, but did not catch them. Overrun into the flank of my Hounds, and you can also see his zombies fighting off the, I think it's actually Fallen Beast, not the Teutonic Summon, because I don't break. But anyway, it's not enough that I actually was drinking heavily when I took pictures. I'm doing this after Midsummer Blood, the most holy day for the Scandinavian population, where we celebrate the lightest day of the year, by the way. So I'm not too, how do you say, good shape after that. But anyway, let's carry on. Yeah, I charge in. I actually win that combat. He whiffed pretty badly, and I reform my Hound to face his ghost. Hopefully I can just hold him up for a while. Well, this is how he moves here. You can see here he have given me a flank with his skeleton. I thought he was also affected by the drinking. You can see I've got enough break the spirit on his barrel guards, so he cannot really charge anything without losing too many of them. In his screaming zombie dragon moves up to scream at my Chimera, which isn't too good. I do have a Teutonic Summoning there in the back rank who can charge it in the rear later and hopefully get rid of that thing. So well, what I do on my turn, I think the Chimera actually survives, so that's good. My Barbarian rallies, which is good. I don't really have any use for them. They will just move up and take his break 2 scenario. I don't know if he played that or if it was just the drinking, but they move up where they are actually. I toss my giant in front of his bear guard unit to stop them from charging anything more important in the back. I think this is turn 4 or something. And well, the Crusher Knights and the Blood Beast hit his skeleton in the flank, and the Mole Chariot, he did some really questionable chaffing up. Throw them in front of the Mole Chariot. The Mole Chariot will just break through that. I think they are a giant bat unit, and get into combat with his skeleton. So hopefully I can just crumble that whole unit down, and my Crusher actually have an overrun into his ghost unit, which is really nice. You can also see there in the back I have, I think it's a Fallen Beast or Tonic Summon, that charged the Screaming Zombie Dragon in the ass, and the Chimera survived with 1 wound remaining thanks to Regen Save, and we'll use the Breath Weapon to hopefully get rid of that Screaming Dragon. And we did get rid of the Screaming Zombie Dragon. He killed my Chimera, but I won by combat rest because I have a charge, I have a rear. I did a couple of wounds with the Chimera, and yeah, so the Fallen Beast is actually live and well behind his line, which is good. Over here we grinding it out. He have done a wound to me, but not much more. In this combat, unfortunately, the dog breaks, but yeah, probably the MVP of this game anyway. His 2 remaining ghosts reform to face off the Teutonic Summon / Fallen Beast I had on the flank. You can see here I wipe the skeleton units pretty easily, and my Crusher Knights get the flank off on the ghost. I got the unscrolled weapon, so they have magical attacks, so they will just get rid of that ghost unit without much of a problem. Well, for his turn, not much he can do actually. He used the giant bat to stop my Mauler Chariot from getting anywhere. He charges the giant. Hopefully the giant can survive. But it doesn't really matter if he survives, to be honest, cause like if you kill him next turn, then he can charge anyway. Yeah, this is how the board looks basically. Well, I do know how guys. No, it can be in. No problem. They get into the flank of the ghost. I did manage just to kill them off pretty easily. I overrun because basically I know how dangerous dogs can be, so I need to send my heavy elite cavalry to get rid of that unit. Final picture of the game. He charged the giant. His Vampire Lord goes first, does 5 out of 6 wounds on the giant, so that's harsh. But then my giant swings. I get off 2d6 hits, and I roll double 6. I try to hit his vampire. I think I'm hitting it on 5s or 6. It doesn't really matter. I got like 6 hits or something like that. Something really ridiculous. And I think I wounded every single one of them as well. He failed 3 of his 4-up regen save, and his general is dead. And that's where we call the game. Because his general is dead, he will basically just crumble to death with most of his units, and yeah, it's a victory for Warriors of the Dark Gods. Well, finishing off this picture of myself, and you can see up there to the very right of those 3 things hanging on the wall, unfortunately reflection from our other lamp celebration blocked it, but it's a improvement that I won Barhammer this summer, which is very nice. And of course you can also see the Swedish banner, the most beautiful banner in the world, by the way. without question. And that's it. Have a nice one. If you have any comments, post them below. And I promise you I will sometimes get up some seriously content as well. Have a nice one.